almost made it. One more minute. One more minute. Laundry stream. Welcome to the internet. Just a sec. Up she goes. Hey! I nearly got away with it. Okay. Today is a catch-up sizing stream. It's a catch-up sizing stream. What we normally do, what you saw me do yesterday, was one batch of paper. It's made for a certain specific batch of prints. If they ever discontinue that shirt pattern, I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. Okay, today, what are we doing? Okay, it's a sizing stream again today, but it's a real catch-all. I have five different dimensions of paper to do here. It's a job for this printer, a job for that printer, a small job for this printer. So it's going to be difficult because, as you know, I normally do the stack. It takes about a half an hour or so. Flip it, do the other stack, and then take it and hang it up. But today, because I've got 5 different sizes, I can't stack them all up. You can't take a small piece of paper, do 6 sheets, put a larger piece of paper on top. You can't do that because, you know, the sizing, the glue will get messed up. So I'm going to be going back and forth to the next room today. I'm going to do like 10 sheets of one size, flip it over, do the back side, go hang it up, come back, do 6 sheets of another size, and so on and so on. So what I've done is our secondary camera is gone. And what I've done is I got a special long cable, the one we used to put the camera outside on Sundays, and I've rigged up the other camera in the next room already. So what we'll be able to do is when it's time for me to hang up, that's yesterday's paper still there. When it's time for me to hang up, we'll just pop up the other camera and we'll go with it that way. So it's going to be a real mixed bag today. When I'm in the next room, I won't be able to talk to you or see what you're saying. But anyway, we can get some work done, or I can get some work done. Let's get started. I got some size here cooked up. The other thing that's going to be different today from what we did yesterday is I did yesterday's group with a weaker size on the back side. We did 40 grams on the front, 25 on the back. It's still hanging. We haven't had a chance to test it. This group today, I can't do that. Now, I would need 2 buckets here. I do have 2 buckets here, you know. I wonder if I can get away with this. I've got 2 buckets. And I've got a couple of different brushes. I could do this, you know. We could put a weaker size. Let's think about this as we go along this morning. Let's think about this. Because I have 2 buckets here. So I can do 40 on the front. And if I prepare, you know what we did yesterday? We did 40 grams on the front. Then we reformulated the mix to make a 25, and we replaced it all. But I can keep them both in 2 buckets. I can do that. Let's do that now before we start. You know, experiment. Let's experiment. Let's do this. What I've got in the other one here, it's hot water, and I've got yesterday's 25-gram leftover mix in here. So if I dump this water out, put in the 25-gram mix. And get a separate brush because I can't use a wide brush. I can't use the same brush, which I have another brush. Look at this, we've got this. Okay, this is a first. We've never done it this way before, but let's do this. I have 40 grams and 25 grams. Keep it covered for now. Like this. Let's get started. Someone just came in, thought it was a cooking stream. It is a cooking stream. Cooking up washi paper. Okay, let's do it. Start with the widest dimension. 10 sheets of this one. These are going to be for, I'm a bit mixed up which is which here. The different prints that are going to be made today. This one I believe is for a batch of a print we don't have in our shop at the moment. It's from blocks that I carved years ago. I did in my Surimono albums, somebody can look it up for me. If you go to my woodblock.com, Surimono albums, set number 5, there's a Sharaku actor, I think his name was Bando Mitsugoro. We're putting that one into stock because Yamamoto-san has some time and he's going to print 4 up on this one. And it's a really, really interesting print. Super fine hair, mica background. Yeah, if you go to my Surimono Albums website, woodblock.com/Surimono Albums, completed set, set number 5, Bando Mitsugoro. I remember now what it is. That's the print that will be appearing on this paper a few weeks from now. We'll talk about the others as I start doing them. Looks like John's got it. And the winner is... Okay. Dave, you're talking too much and working too little. It should have been soaking already while I was talking. And there are cables everywhere today. Check it. I don't know if that's the right one. I don't have a browser running. I don't want to keep a browser running while I do these streams. Yes, that's the one. That's it. That print will be appearing on this paper. And that's not a very good scan, but the print is fabulous. It's got 2 hair blocks, one with the super delicate fine hair and one with the other fine hair. And it's got fabulous karazuri all over the kimono. Crap, I've got to get going, because I am the party host at 10 o'clock. I am the real party host. We're really short staffed today. Hanging and spraying, I'm not sure about that. You know, if we were in experimental mode over in the Skunk Works, then yes, it would be something to try. My first guess is that there would be a couple of problems. That the glue would tend to set on the surface of the paper, and this glue needs to go right down deep inside the paper. Literally, it's got to go right literally inside the paper, almost to the back side. So that would be my first concern with a spray method. And then the second concern would be that we don't want, it's got to be even surface. I'm working hard to try and get an even coverage here, and if it was spraying and dripping, I suspect we'd get a heavier load at the bottom of the paper. But yeah, it would be on the list for experimentation. It's an idea. It's nothing I could really spend a whole lot of time with right now. As I said yesterday, we were talking about this exactly just yesterday. We're limited in the amount of experimentation we can take on because we're building the bridge while the cars are still going over it. You know, this is production. This is not a research workshop, it's an actual production workshop. Anything we experiment with has to work the first time, which is not what experimentation is about. But not really, no, that would be my definition of the future job. If you ask me if I'm happy, I say yes. If you ask me, you know, do you like your job, I say yes. Was the perfect job? No, because what I would like now to be doing in Mokuhankan, this place is running pretty well. We got lots of good skilled people that can do jobs. I would now like to run the Skunk Works, absolutely. Oops, missed the front there. Print yesterday with the fish, the problem didn't feel like it was part of the water. I know, I've had a bunch of mail on this, you know, overnight. People have been seeing the replay of the video and writing to me about that. And just a minute, let me get this started. Too much. Okay, this is the back side, 25 grams per liter of water, a lighter mix than the front. On yesterday's print with the fish, we were showing some samples that we were working with and mentioned that at some part of the fish didn't really look as though it was deep in the water. And we were looking at a couple of ways to change that. There's a bit of a contradiction here. We're not the designers. We don't design these prints. Jed designs them, and we cut and print them and make them. So if Jed designed it that way, that's our job to make it that way. It's not our job to try and change it around a bit. But having said that, there are things that the printers can do, as we said yesterday, to make it look a bit more like the fish was inside the water. And Suga-san did. Yesterday she made a bunch of edits and changes. The gray tone over the fish, it isn't bright white, there's actually a gray tone over it. She changed that to a light blue tint, and it already does give it the feeling a bit more of being in the water. We can also try adjusting the borderline around the fish. It's a little bit too strong in black, and she also has already tried that. But having said that, we have to remember that this isn't a photograph. This is a woodblock print. And there are, it's not supposed to be realistic with a capital R. You look at all the ukiyo-e, the women all have these silly hook noses and tiny eyes. Your eyes accept that this is not a photograph and that it doesn't have to look exactly real. So we've adjusted it a bit, we've played around with it a bit, but we're not gonna dramatically change things. And one question came up of putting ripples across the back surface of the fish. And that's not going to be possible because when you look more closely at the design, I don't have it here with me right now, the fish is actually partway out of water. The way Jed has done it, you can see the pattern on the back of the carp. It's like a submarine. The top arch of the fish is actually partially out of the water. And you can't run ripples across it in that case. Ripples from the fish. Yeah, well, that's another design option. At this point, there's no way I can do that. That's back when Jed was first sketching it. If there's a change like that, that's going to happen. That's out of my reach at this point. A major design change like that isn't something the printers can handle after the design is done and after the carving is done. This is looking good, looking good, looking good, looking good. I am happy with this. Yeah, again, comparing with the Chausson prints, and I remember what we're talking about here. This is not a full-bore $1,000 Shinhaga print that we're going to pour all kinds of resources into and keep going until we get the most perfect print ever done. We'd like to be working in that environment. That's cool. We're really heavily constrained here by the number of blocks and the number of impressions we can use. And we talked about this right up front when this series started at the beginning of the year. Both us at the workshop here and Jed at his end, we are sort of in a learning mode here. How the Shinhanga prints work, how they're constructed, how they come together, everything about them. And we're doing so within a very restricted framework of both time and budget. I mean, in future years, as we go forward with this, as he gets more experience, as we get more experience, the idea is that the training we're doing with this kind of a series will pay off, and we will then move to much more spectacular work. But at the moment, we're very much constrained by what we can do with this. Okay, again, I'm trying to do too many things at the same time here. That's the first of 5 batches. I can't hang it quite yet. It needs a bit of settling. I hope Cameron gets here soon, because I'm going to probably need some help with organizing this today. I didn't really plan it very well. Okay, group 1 done. Not going to fit. Okay, group 1 ready for hanging about 5 minutes from now. Let's get started on group 2. Cameron works on Easter Monday. Easter? What's Easter? I don't know. Is it it's not a holiday here in Japan. Interesting. He's a Christian. Soka. I think he'll be here. Easter might be a holiday for him, but it's not a holiday for business in Japan. Good question. I don't know. I don't remember him mentioning it to me, but I don't. We don't worry about that. He takes care of his own schedule. So. Also, does his particular Christian group do Easter? I don't know. It's the group that from Utah, so I don't know if they do Easter or not. So. Okay, group number 2. What's this paper for? What this paper is for in our Mokuhankan catalog. It's the item number 51. If you go to mokuhankan.com/catalog/0051.php, you will come up with this print. And it's a postcard size. There's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 of them on each sheet of this. Okay, let's roll on. I don't know. He may not come today. I'm sorry. I didn't. Like I said, we don't really check day by day. If he doesn't, I'll just run through it. Web address recall. My God, I wrote it. This brush has been sitting still for 5 or 10 minutes, and the stuff tends to congeal. Okay, let's go. Actually, too, Suga-san can help. She should be here soon. She's going to take down, she can take down the paper for me in the next room. I really didn't think this through today very carefully. Someone's asking about Shiba-san. I know she sized enough paper the last time she did it, and it may have been a stream or it may have been something we did one evening, I don't remember. She sized enough paper for the next couple of batches. She is working on the next design, sketching, I believe at the sketching point. I don't think she started carving yet. And the bigger news on Shiba-san's work is that she has finally agreed to allow us to start printing her stuff here at Mocha Hong Kong. Again, we've mentioned this before. The real problem with her work, because she designs, carves, and prints all by herself, they're becoming hugely popular. She prints 20 at a time, they're all sold. She prints again, they're all sold. She prints again, they're all sold. She can't work on new ones because the old ones are selling so well. So she has finally agreed to let us make Mocha Hong Kong editions of her previous two prints, the spider and the ghost in the graveyard. And Kawaii-san is doing test printing today on the graveyard print. And of course, we'll mark them. They'll be marked as carving Ayumi Shiba, design and carving Ayumi Shiba, printing Kawaii Atsushi, published by Mocha Hong Kong. And it's going to have her signature and the date and all that kind of stuff. She's finally agreed to do that. It's the only way to move forward. That's the sort of existential problem for those people in the Sosaku world. When they get a popular design, they can't do both reprinting the old ones and making new ones. So she's finally relented. She's going to get paid for it, of course. We'll be publishing it. We'll be paying her a design royalty for the whole thing. And the printer will get paid. They're going to be more expensive. Up to now, they've been 7,000 yen. And there's no way we can pay Shiba-san's design and carving and the printer and the paper and pay a little bit for our rent in 7,000 yen. It doesn't work. So the new editions of those prints are going to be more expensive. What am I doing? I'm really happy about that. I'm not happy that the prints are going to be a bit more expensive in the market, but it's the only way to get them to market. The people who make them have to be paid. So far, she's been working for free, 7,000 yen for design and carving and printing and paper, and the little bit she pays to me for putting them in our shop. She's been working for free. So maybe next week or so. Depends how the first test printing works out. Like I said, Kawaii-san's test printing today. And because this is not a brand new design, because it's already done, he just has to figure out how he should do it, not how the print should be made. So there could be an announcement here tomorrow. If Kawaii-san gets a good test print, and if Shiba-san approves it, then bingo, we'll be going up. It'll be going up in the catalog. I guess on the price, it's going to go from 7 to 12. I think we still haven't talked to her about how much she needs for royalty and stuff like that. So it's probably going to be 12,000. Wasn't she going to do a small print that went with her last spider print? It's there. It's up on the website already. If you go to mokohancon.com, the catalog section, look at the bottom of the page where all the different links are, and you'll find a link for guest prints. It's not in the Yoshida section. It's not in the flea market section. It's in the Mokohancon catalog section. There's a section for guest prints, and Ayumi-san's 5 prints are in there. And the one that went with the last spider print, there's a picture of a morning glory with a little tiny spider. And it's one of the children of the dying whatever. Shiba-san doesn't have her own website, just we have her prints available through our Mokohancon website. So far she's been in the guest corner. The prints will, after reprinting, they will appear in our regular catalog. Yeah, 12K is totally no problem. It's, well, for an Oban print, it's like 25 impressions, Oban print, pay a royalty to the designer and the printer. There's no way. That's a wonderful, wonderful price. Okay, I gotta keep going here, gotta keep going. Where's Shiba-san? I'm gonna need some help. Suga-san, not Shiba-san, Suga-san. Only 4 prints of hers? There should be 5 prints of hers there. Are they not there? There should be her 3 larger ones, the ones with the 3 monkeys, the ghost print. Let's have a look. The smaller spider print isn't there. Are you sure? I'm not supposed to be doing this. Where is it here? Guest 5. Oh, it's not there. Okay. Write to Cameron, please, or remind me to write to Cameron, or when he's here, tell him. Actually, if you want to fool around, you can play with the catalog numbers. If you look at the URL, you'll see Shiba-san's prints. They're in the catalog as AS, Ayumi Shiba, AS like 01, 02, 03 or something. Play around for a minute. Maybe it's in there, but he forgot to open it up or something. So play with the URL there and see what comes up. What's the URL supposed to be? Well, if it's not there, it means he hasn't uploaded it, so whatever. Make today. I don't know. Dave, get to work, get to work. It's AS06. The Morning Glory print is supposed to be AS06. So if it's not there under AS06, that just simply means Cameron hasn't got it done yet. I suspect it fell through the cracks because it's in the shop. AS01 exists, but she no longer makes it. That was her first, a print she made as a reproduction of a Kawanabe Kyosai version. And she no longer makes it for sale. So she did have it, she made it, AS01 did exist, but it's not a production item. She's put that one to bed. It's not her own design, it was a reproduction. Come on, Susan, where are you? I need help taking that paper down. Sleep for a little bit. Okay. This could stay like that for a sec. Okay, we have to switch to the next room now. I've got 2 packs that need to be hung up, and I still have to take down the other one. So let's put on the other camera. Here we go. And let me make that a bit larger. And I won't be able to talk to you while I'm there because there's no microphone in that room. So I'm just going to disappear here for a few minutes. I'm going to go, you'll see me take that paper down and hang up some more. I'll be back in 5 or 10 minutes. Thanks for your patience. Cameron may come in the meantime to help take over. Oh, here he is. Is it Sugi-san or Cameron? Oh, Sugi-san, you're late. I needed you 5 minutes ago. Help me. Let's go. Okay, good. So much faster. 2 people. Wow, Chinese day.
ってる。すごい。頭がつっちゃう。
Thank you. Hi guys, thank you very much. I have no idea what you've been talking about, whatever. Now this can wait a couple more minutes. What's this? This is... Let's do the next batch. As I mentioned, 5 groups in all today. This next one is too bad. There's 2 that are the same size vertically, but they're a different size lengthwise, so I can't do them together. This would get messed up. I'm sorry. I don't see Cameron. It could be then that he's not here today because of that little, I don't know, holiday thing. I guess, no idea. We'll see. Well, you could hear us still? Sorry about that. The mic is here, and I couldn't move the mic as well, so. What did Susan stay at the end? I don't know. I don't know. Could I address paper wrinkles during sizing drying? I'm not sure what you mean. We try and do it with no wrinkles. We try and dry it as slowly as possible. You see in the next room that we've wrapped it in plastic. We don't want this thing to dry quickly. If it's open and it dries fast, it goes all wavy. We try and dry it as slowly as possible. 46. Now, what is this paper for? I know we've done 2 already. The first group was for the Sharaku actor reproduction. The second group was for print number 51. These next 2 are the same 2 because we took a larger sheet and we cut it, but we couldn't cut them in half because when I did the print number 51, it was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We had to cut the paper not in the middle, which means I do it in 2 separate batches. And the Sharaku print also got 1, 2, 3. So that's why we're in 5 batches today. I hear the door. It's Cameron, son. You are here today. We were not sure if you were going to be Easter Mondaying or we're going to be here.
No, it's a British holiday.
It's a British money.
The US doesn't get any vacations on Easter.
Easter, really?
Yeah, nothing.
Like Christian US.
Yeah, I
Really?
know. I think it's bizarre.
Okay, no, I don't know. I'm not
Yeah,
just the
that's
big
good.
guys
I
here.
know.
I was saying, when's Cameron here? They're going to say he's not going to be here.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, thanks for coming. Good, good.
I've
Today,
got gifts. No.
show them. I am kind of busy today.
Yeah,
Well,
I can
we're doing something really different. There's 5 different sizes of paper. We're doing sizing front and back with different,
Different mixtures?
mixtures. So I need 2 brushes and good and I got the 10 o'clock party. There's no, we're short staffed. There's only Hosno-san and me. So I can't talk to you. I got to
No,
go.
that's okay.
But
Wow.
there are things.
To do.
What were we going to ask him to do? Oh yeah, you were going. I don't know. Just let me get going on this.
Okay.
And I think they've got a couple things to ask you. I know.
Okay.
I've already forgotten. Hold on. You can move this and, well, actually, no, we are on wired. Soka. The second camera today, you can see I put it in the next room already so that I can go back and forth.
Oh, nice.
We got the long cable we normally use to go outside with. Oh, I know. Shibusan Sprint, the little spider print.
Yes.
Not big spider print, the little one. It's
Right.
not online.
It's not online?
No,
Oh,
ASO6. They have tried to find it, or they tell me it's not
Yeah.
online.
Okay. I'll dig it up and see if I can either just flip it on or scan it and put it on.
I don't remember what stage we got to.
Okay.
It just might be not turned on. I don't remember. So.
Yeah, she doesn't space. Okay.
It's there in the shop, right? So it's ready to go.
Yeah, we have a few. Cool. Okay, so we'll go dig that up. Looks like you
Oh,
got a
yeah,
busy,
right, so-
busy morning. I
Oh,
like the perch
the-
you've set up for fridge.
Huh?
The perch.
The camera was there. I took it down and put it next to it. The shop was insane over the weekend. Just insane. But online it was really, really quiet. There's some stuff for you to do,
Okay.
but
Yeah.
but it's relatively quiet. I think
Okay.
because of the holiday around the world and stuff.
Yeah.
People are not buying stuff now. But the shop was wonderful. Just wonderful nuts. But wonderful.
Yeah. Wow. Sounds good. See you when I see you. It sounds like it's gonna be a crazy day.
Yeah, I might call for assistance here. I know, actually, when I go in the next room to hang this stuff, I have to abandon the stream. So if you think it's worthwhile to talk to them or whatever during that time, so.
Okay. Just let me know.
Okay. Sa sugi-san, sugi no group mo daijoubu desu nga. how she started her work. Oh, 数が少ない。あれはやめます。Did I do this one or not? I don't think so. I'm not sure. Oh, wait a minute. It's the front side. I must have done it. It's wet. I must have done it. It's not the back side. It's the front side. Hey. I think this is the first for the stream, right? We've got two people working at the same time here. Oh, can she reach? Ah, that's a question. Oh, she can make it. Good. 届きますか？
届きました。
あ、Thank you。レイちゃんができない仕事ですね。あ、そう。あ、そっか。うん。いや、テイコさんができないけど。I think she's just tall enough to get this. There's a small table there in the room. We're all standing, even me. I can't reach the ceiling there. It's hung right up against the ceiling. I can't possibly reach it. So we get a load sort of bench there. She's on the floor right now. Then in a moment you'll see her stand up on the bench. She's on the bench now. She's a good one. She works really hard. She's smart. She's, what's the word? Reliable. She's just here day after day. She doesn't come every day because she's got her own key, her own schedule. And she works with her husband. Her husband must be at work. She was here yesterday. And that was because her husband was called in on a Sunday at his company. So rather than just sit at home, she used the day for a working day for herself. But she's so reliable. She doesn't have a whole lot of confidence yet. She keeps saying, oh, it's no good. But the upside of that is that she's always trying to make it better and better and better. So I'm really happy with her. She's happy here too. She'll be here for 1,000 years.鈴木さん、この放送、マイクはこの部屋ですね。向こうの部屋にマイクがないんですが、今見てる人のコメントは、
大きいから。
おはようございます。そういう問題が出してないとか、じゃあとか大きい。みんなの意味じゃ、みんなの意味で鈴木さんがすごい
声が大きい。
そうそうそう。名前なくても
はい
OK です。
なんだ。
ごめんね。
いえいえ。
しょうがないかな。
マイクがなくても確かに。
Oh, what the? Oh, good. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you.
Okay.
Great. できるだけプラスチックを。
何プラスチック？
いやカットの。
あー、そっかそっかそっか。
そうそう。Thank you. Did you hear Shogunai? Yes, yes, yes. And what we were talking about was that I chatted with her about the semi-joke that we don't need a microphone there because her voice is so loud. And she's like, what do you mean? And I said, well, as it happens for coincidence, all they ever see of you, I explained to her, is when she comes in the morning with a good, cheery, bright voice, and then the occasional thing where I screwed up and she's like a little bit vivid. You don't get a chance to hear her in a normal room-sized conversation. She's actually got a normal voice, of course. So that was the Shogunai. They don't know the real Suga-san. They only know the vivid early morning Suga-san. So. Okay, back to the lower mixture here. For those of you who haven't been here all the way along, we've got a 40-gram mix and a 25-gram mix. 40 on the front and 25-gram on the back. No, it's the 25-gram mix we made yesterday. This bin has 40 grams per. This is 25 grams per. It's a new experiment starting just today. We did it yesterday with a single batch of stuff. We did the front size 40 grams, and then I reformulated the mixture. I put extra hot water in to bring it down to 25. And today, because we're doing 5 separate batches, I can't go back and forth and back and forth. So we've got 2 bins, one with 40 and one with 25. And actually the idea for doing it this way came up just at the beginning of the stream. It wasn't planned. So I got 2 brushes, the 40 and the 25 brush. So, and he says this isn't the skunk works. Well, that's the way it goes, you know. That's why we have the occasional disaster. When I was doing the Surimono albums, you know, a couple of times I had to start again, recut the print, you know. That's what you do when you learn as you're flying. Hajime, that's it. 40 gram, 25 gram. 表裏。
あ、表裏に変えたんだ。
そう今までは別々でやったんですが、今日一緒にできるだからハケ2つ。
ああ、そういうことか。あ、なるほどね。
すごいジャンクになるかもしれない。わかんないよ。
どうだろう、ね。
I don't know
でも
だからテストテスト
今ちょっとほうけてきたか
そうだから
やっぱ。
今40、今の髪は35
ああ、そうなんだ。
だから40になったの。
ああ、そっかそっかそっか。
夏は60。
そうですね
もう今20度以上です。そう
温度がね、そうですね。
でも I don't know だから絶対言ってくださいすぐ。
はいはいはい、わかりました。今の6月の恋もちょっとややね、やっぱなってきましたね。やっぱり
その後
暑くなってきたからね。
そうですそうですそうです。But I don't know
ね、ちょっと
いつかどこまで。
ね、わかんないけどね、でも本当暖かくなってきた。暖かいもん、暑いもん、暖かいけど。
I did the front first at 40, flipped it over, and now I'm doing the back at 25. I see Vivid KP is here. Here's your batch, if I have time to get to it today. Where's the plastic cover? That's 6 sheets. What's the time? 9:05. I'm okay, I think. Okay, let's do her paper now. Good, good. I'll put that aside. There's only 6 sheets of that. It's 20 sheets of this. No, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Okay, Miss KP, what we've got here, good news and bad news for you. The good news is your paper is here, it's up and running, we're going to size it today. The bad news is the paper dimensions of your prints that you left for me don't fit the Japanese traditional paper sizes. Your prints, if I just cut them from a sheet, are this big, and what's left over is no good for anything else, either horizontally or vertically. Your paper, the designs you've done for me, are close to what's called chuban size. Do we have a message? This is the normal paper that's made for Nishikiban prints. Let me get this out of the way here a sec. Here's the paper, just to give you an idea of the dimensions, everybody. That's the normal, the classic standard Japanese paper size. Normally we cut it in half to make 2 things like a great wave print or something like that. That's the normal way to cut it. We can also cut it in thirds. Whoops, drop it on the floor, why don't you? We can cut it in thirds to make what's called mitsugiri-ban. Or we can cut it in 4 to make what's called tanzaku-ban. Cut it in 4 this way, and you get 4 of what are called chuban, which is a standard size for Harunobu prints, the size of this dimension. It's like half of a great wave. But, all the paper has a grain. The paper has a grain. It's not visible on the camera there, but believe me, there is a, can you see it behind me? I don't know. There is a grain. And we want always, as much as possible, when we're making our prints, to be rubbing our Baron tool with the grain. So even if it's a horizontal print, or even if it's a vertical actor print, we still print it sideways so we can rub the tool along the grain. The chuban size means that when you're making your print, the grain is this way, and you're making your print, you're rubbing it against the grain. And if your paper is not really high quality, it's difficult because the paper tends to stretch more against the grain. Whatever, it has to be done. The way Karen has sized her, dimensioned her print, it's about an A4 size dimension, and it fits just in the Japanese chuba. So I'll be doing this paper and I'll be sizing it, of course, this way, and we'll chop it in half and send it to her, and she will use it perfectly to make each one of her prints. But she will have to be a little bit careful when moistening it, because if you use too much pressure when you're rubbing in the long direction, it'll stretch the paper slightly. Let's get to it. And these will be for the two images that I think she showed last week. I don't have an image here online for you. There's the one of the fireflies in the forest, and one of, it was a landscape. I don't actually remember what it was. It was a blue, purpley evening kind of landscape. Okay, here we go. Oops, just joking. How do you know it was a joke? Maybe it was a good recovery. Excuse me, still got a catch in my throat. Somebody asked earlier how we can tell the front and the back. It's nothing I can show you here on the screen, on this camera. But the front surface, it's the one, when the paper makers made it, they dried the prints on a board and brushed them on the back to get it to stick on the board. So the front surface is smoother than the back surface. The back surface shows those brush lines. The paper itself actually structurally is identical. And you can print on the front or print on the back, and it really doesn't make much difference, except you see this faint difference in the surface texture on this. But it doesn't matter in terms of the internal structure of the paper. It's functionally identical. And after we've pressed it, you see sometimes that before I send this paper to the printers, sometimes I calendar it. I run it through our little mini etching press here. And that takes both surfaces and makes them smooth and calendared. And at that point, we lose control over the front and the back because we can't tell which is which. And it doesn't matter at all. It just becomes the same. You can maybe find out if you look at the edge where the selvage is. You can sort of figure out which is which. But no, for classical Japanese paper, it's structurally, internally the same. There's no front or back, except for the calendaring from the drawing board. We are putting different levels of size in here. We're doing a 40-gram mix on the front and a 25-gram mix on the back, because when the printer is doing this, rubbing the paper face down on the blocks, if the paper is too weak, it tends to stick partly to the blocks and we lose fiber. We can't control that. But on the back, if it's a bit too weak and starts to abrade, we put a protective sheet inside and rub. So that's why I'm not too worried about this today. I need the strength on the front. And in fact, I don't know if you heard when Subi-san was here washing her brush or something a minute ago, she chatted about that. She had mentioned that the paper for print number 4 in this year's series had started to feather from the front a little bit. And I had seen that and talked to them about it at the time. And that's why we've dialed up to 40 here instead of 35. As the weather gets warmer and warmer and warmer, I will gradually dial up the glue here. We're at 40 now. We will go to 45, 50, 55. We'll probably top out around 60, somewhere in the hottest time of year. We'll have 60 grams of glue per liter of water. Because in the hot weather, the paper is much, much weaker. And the glue is needed to give it the physical strength to stand up to the rubbing. And we've now started our yearly curve going up. And we'll see how it goes, week by week, month by month. I listen to their feedback after every print. got our second bucket here. And for those of you who are just joining us, the sizing is going on with two levels. We have 40 gram mix on the front of the paper and a 25 gram per liter mix on the back of the paper. Keeping everything separate. The mix is separate, the brush is separate. Here we go, this is the back side now. Actually, if Miss KP were here, we should have done this while she was here. She could have done it herself, I think.
デビットさん干すこれ。
あ、そうですね。そうそうそうそうそう。
干し
大丈夫よ。仕事中大。
いいよ、大丈夫。
もう
まだ始まってない。
お願いします。
干しますか。じゃあ干しましょうか。
ちょっともういや上ですね。はいはい。前と同じです。
あ、さっきと同じ。
そうですそうですそうです。Thank you thank you thank you。
じゃあこれ
助かります。はい。
いえいえ干しちゃいますね。
Thank you。
はい。
今向こう2種類が干してある。 大丈夫ですか、すぐさん。あ、Thank you。じゃあ山本さんからありがとう。
はい、山本さんからありがとう。はい。
問題があればあると
山本さんから
クレームがあればすぐさんやってよ。かな Thank you。助かります。
おします。
はい、どうも。今の紙はカレンさんのため。
あ、そうなんです
そう、今
か。
彼女も見てる。
本当、カレンさん。
そう
わあ、
ぜひ。
カレンさん。袋じゃなくて、なんだっけ。鶏のステーキがここにあるやつ。
この紙は
違うやつ。
森の中のホタルがある絵柄、グリーン。見たでしょ。
ホタルか。
森の中、いろんな奥のものですね。そうすると、もう一つはここでやってないんですが、風景、紫黒い色の風景、今僕持ってないんですが、
そうなんだ。
そう
じゃあ楽しみにしてます。
I'm sorry I'm not catching this, you guys. If there's missing questions, I'm sorry. Okay, Karen's favorite going to wait 5 or 10 before hanging. You can start batch number 5, the last one. Production lines. Work. How's my time? 9:25. Cameron-san, I'm stuck here for at least 15, 20 more minutes. I'm here for 15 or 20 more minutes at least. And there's a 5-person party at 10, of which I'm the host.
Okay.
And the host on the sample doesn't have a key, so they won't know how to open the shop.
Oh, they're all down there.
They're all down there already, okay.
Yeah, they've got it.
All right, I guess you can.
They're getting ready.
Okay, good. I'll be down for the party, probably just barely in time. So.
Okay.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah.
Okay, the last one's easy. It's, what is it, 4 or 5 sheets, 6 sheets. It's the latter half of one of the previous ones we did. This must be for print number 51 in the catalog. It's too bad we couldn't do them together, but because of the different widths, you can't stack paper of different widths and put size on it. Rei-chan, huh? Good morning, good morning. How you doing? Come say hello. People don't see you. You sneak by, you know, you come in. This is Rei-chan. Good morning, good morning, good morning. What's Bante? Still doing the summer sprint, sure?
そうです。
そう。はい。When 次はどうしたキャンディー火曜日ありますが、間に合わないでしょ。だから水曜日。
あ、だい
だからまだ考えてない次の作品。どのようなものか。
知らん。
今日話しましょうかな。はい、そう。She's currently doing a batch of the portraits series. She's done 2 or 3 from the portrait series, the first set, back in, when was that, 2014, I guess. We're still reissuing them, of course, and she's currently working on the portrait of Samus. Nice job. But she's so quiet, too. See, there's Karen's paper over there. I'll be hanging in a minute as soon as I do the front side of this one. As soon as I do the back side of this one. That's it, back side of this, so then I'll hang Karen's paper, and then we'll probably get off. What's this, 9:28? Yeah, time warning, I know, thank you. Is that a knife in my back pocket? What, me? Yeah, it's in the same place as my tattoo. Okay, that is the last sheet that needs to get brushed. So all that's left is hanging. Let's first cover this up. Karen's paper. I'll pop this up. We're done for this room, so I'll just go next door. And again, I'm sorry there's no audio because the microphone is here in this room and I'll be hanging in the next room, so I can't chat with you. What I'm going to do now, it's 9:37, I'll just hang up Karen's because I know she'd like to see it. And then at that point, I'll come back in here and we'll shut the stream down. There'll be no stream tomorrow because it's Tuesday, and on Wednesday, I'm speaking Tokyo time, of course. On Wednesday morning, there will be a stream. I'll probably be downstairs carving something or other. Maybe the octopus calligraphy, maybe something else. We'll see. So for now, I'll go on and hang Karen's paper, then we'll come back and shut this down. Thanks for watching so far. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna be shutting this down. I've got 6 sheets to hang, but I've got also to wash these brushes, and I got a 10 o'clock party. I'm out of here. No stream tomorrow. It's the end of my week. Ha ha ha. I'll see you guys Wednesday morning. Thank you very much. Sorry for the bit of a scrambled session today, but no, that's the way it is. See you Wednesday morning. What? Who's that? Oh, it's Kawai-san he's going through. He's here today on a secret mission. He's working on, we told you, he's working on Shiba-san's graveyard print. Okay, I'm out here. Bye-bye, guys. Thank you very much. Stop streaming. Dave, get out of here.